Hey everyone, welcome back to another comic breakdown. I'm your host, Your Name. Today, we're diving into a psychological thriller called A Fractured Mind. Sounds like my brain after editing this video, honestly. This is issue number 1 from Red Comics, 20 pages long, with a few missing. But don't worry, I got a great imagination. So buckle up, and let's start from page 1. Page 1 is the cover, A Fractured Mind, written by James Gillard. The art style is dark and moody, kind of like your Monday morning. The red lettering screams Red Comics, which basically means, beware. This is not a rom-com. Page 2, the phone rings. A young voice asks, Mom? Dad? Are you there? Then the answering machine kicks in. We're not home. Please leave a message. Then the chilling line. Please help me. Classic horror setup. Girl in danger. Parents absent. Help out of reach. Page 3 lists the creative team, writer, artist, colorist, letterer, editors. It takes a whole village to make a comic this creepy. Shout out to colorist David Ploshgenscha for making everything look like a nightmare you can't wake up from. Page 4 a few days later. We cut to a police station. Our protagonist, likely the female detective, is back. The vibe is awkward, like returning to work after a long weekend and everyone's staring. Page 5 welcome back. Everyone says. The female detective says, fantastic. Then a weird hoof sound. Did someone get hit? Another cop says, was that really necessary? The captain calls them into the office. Rachel says, I'm here to work, not to party clearly. She's not in the mood for jokes. Page 6, the captain briefs them on the Crippler case. 7 girls in 5 months, 2 more in the last month alone. All blonde, blue-eyed teens. But one girl, Christina Lawrence, escaped. She called her parents from a payphone and got picked up by a patrol car. The captain wants them to visit her at the hospital. Page 7. The captain asks if she's ready. Rachel says, absolutely. Her partner, Johnson, says, Rachel? She says, I'm ready. The captain warns her not to get attached. Rachel says she's learned her lesson. Foreshadowing alert. Something happened before. Page 8. Her partner asks if she really wants this as her first case back. Rachel snaps, can you stop pestering me? He says he's just looking out for her. She says she doesn't need it. Awkward. This partnership is like an old married couple. One cares too much. The other doesn't want to admit she needs help. Page 9 is missing. Based on context, I'd say they're driving to the hospital, maybe talking about the case or just sitting in awkward silence. Calm before the storm. Page 10 hospital room. Christina's parents are by her bed. Mom says, Christy? Oh God, darling. Please wake up. I love you. Please come back to us. Heartbreaking. Every parent's worst nightmare. Page 11, Christy. Thank God you're awake. She opens her eyes. Parents cry with relief. Feels like hope. But this is a horror comic, not a Disney movie. Page 12, the detectives introduce themselves. Mom says Christina hasn't opened her eyes since she was found. Until now. Rachel looks at the girl thoughtfully. Something's off. Page 13. The detectives ask to speak with the parents. The mom asks why not talk directly to Christina. Rachel says they want to let her rest. Sounds caring. But maybe they're avoiding something. Or Rachel is. Page 14. Parents who call the night Christina went missing. She was going to the movies, taking the bus. Friend Katie called asking where she was. Parents tried calling Christina. No answer. Classic your daughter is missing setup. Page 15. Parents drove around for hours. Then came home to a voicemail from Christina begging for help. They called the police. Neighbors saw nothing. When asked if anyone would want to hurt Christina, parents say no. Every parent thinks their kid is trouble-free. Until trouble finds them. Page 16. Police say Christina was taken by the Crippler, and she's the only one who escaped. Mom breaks down. The detective says, so you understand why we need to find out everything. Tension spikes. Page 17 is missing. I guess Christina wakes up fully, talks to her parents, or the detectives step on. But more likely, the nightmare is just beginning. Page 18. Suddenly, we're somewhere else. A girl, Christina, another victim, wakes up in a dark room, yelling, hello. Where am I? Then a bang. She asks, what was that? Classic trapped in a dark place setup. And that's a wrap. If you enjoyed this suspenseful and slightly funny breakdown, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Or next time, I might just disappear like a missing comic page. Comment below who do you think the Quibbler really is. See you next time. Bye.